I'm daffy about goofy tempo. I'm goofy about daffy changes. I'm dippy over all dizzy harmony written in a minor key. I love to hear sounds that are queer. I'm eccentric, they say. There's a boot in a flute or a mellow moon and cello. I'm nuts about screwy music.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with your rain, I've got a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain. Why am I happy and why do I sing? Why does December seem sunny as spring? Why do I get up each morning to start happy and head up with joy in my heart? Why is each new task a trifle to do? Because I'm living a life full of you. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with your rain, I've got a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain.
Bojangles, 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 Bojangles.
Welcome to TapTreasures. I'm Tony Bogg, and I'm here to tell you that we are celebrating 8 locations in Manhattan. 8 locations that are important to tap dance history, tap dance evolution. Here they are: Amsterdam Theater, Liberty Theater, right across the street. Copacetic Boat Ride. Who went on the Copacetic Boat Ride on Monday? It is now a tap treasure. Village Gate. Who went on that tour? We passed it last night, right? Woodpecker's Tap Dance Center from 1989 to 95. We owned and operated a studio down in Soho called Woodpecker's. It was the home of the American Tap Dance Orchestra and Brenda Buffalino. We now have, of course, the 5 Points District downtown. Tap It Out is there tomorrow. Please come. American Tap Dance Center, that's our home now. And of course, the beautiful Apollo Theater. Who went on that tour? That was great. So, we're celebrating, we're re-investigating. I'm glad you're here. It's my pleasure to introduce Karen Calloway Williams. Oh yeah. I can't see, but here we go.
ask me, I won't dance. Don't ask me, I won't dance, madam, with you. My heart won't let my feet do things they should do. Say, you know what? You're lovely. You know what? You're lovely. But oh, what you do to me. I'm like an ocean wave that's bumped on the shore. I won't dance. I won't dance. Why should I? I won't dance. How could I? If I hold you in my arms, I won't dance. So if I hold you in my arms, dance.
That's the Woody Woodpecker's song. He's a-pecking it all day long. He pecks a few holes in a tree to see if a redwood's really red.
And it's nothing to him on the tiniest whim to peck a few holes in your head.
That's the Woody Woodpecker's tune. Makes the other woodpeckers swoon. Though it doesn't make sense to the dow and the dance, all the lady woodpeckers long for. That's the Woody Woodpecker's song.
That's the Woody Woodpecker's song. He's a-pecking it all day long.
He pecks a few holes in a tree to see if a redwood's really red. And it's nothing to him on the tiniest whim to peck holes in your head.
That's the Woody Woodpecker tune. Makes the other woodpecker swoon.
Though it doesn't make sense to the dow and the dance, all the lady woodpeckers long for. That's the Woody Woodpecker's song.
Bye, bye, blues. Bye, bye, blues. Bells will ring and birds will sing. The sun is shining, there's no more pining. Just we two, shining through. Don't you sigh, and don't you cry. Oh, bye, 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 blues.
Did you see this? Julian Marsh is doing a show!
It's in Variety! Julian Marsh is doing a show!
Yes!
We're gonna work again! Get out your tap shoes, Francis!
Julian Marsh is doing a show! First audition, 10 a.m. tomorrow!
Did you notice who was right in the middle there? Mabel Lee. Right there. It was only 36 years ago. Listen, I felt compelled to come out here and introduce this gentleman because he's really like the featured act, and long overdue to bring him out. And this year's Hoofer Award recipient, right? Ted Levy and I go way back. I hadn't seen him for a long time. And I don't know even why I'm telling you this, but we call each other George. It's a long story. It's a woodpecker story, actually. He's my favorite tap dancer, my favorite singer and performer. He always has been. It's just such a pleasure to have him here again. Please welcome to the stage, Ted Louis Levy.
I could tell that George story, but I'm going to save you for the embarrassment. It was really funny. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Vogue. It is more than a notion to bring all these wonderful artists together for your pleasure. And these beautiful artists and the women, tap dancing, baby. Gregory Hines, eat your heart out. When Tony asked me told me that he wanted to do a tribute to John Bubbles, I just got to do a little bit of housekeeping right now. First of all, I've been teaching all week, so that frog in my throat is a real thing. Just hold on to it. The second thing was that, you know, these cats, John Bubbles? Bunny Briggs told me a story. He said, we was broke, but we was clean. And they always showed up looking very nice. So I had a black suit with a gray shirt and a silver tie that I wanted to wear to match the gray and black shoes that Gregory Hines gave to me when we did Jelly's Last Jam, first rehearsal. He gave these to me as a gift because I was his choreographer. And I wanted to wear them tonight because it's a special night to even be mentioned in the same breath with John Bubbles. So, Tony, first thing I thought when Tony asked me to do this was, ah! So I called my associate, my friend, and she's assisting me on this, Miss Beverly Ann Moore, and Miss Beverly Ann Moore, yes. We immediately got to work on the research. And given the environment today, the social environment today, it was just a wonderful thing to go back and forth to learning about the relationship between Hayward Du Bois and George Gershwin. Now, we had a funny laugh about that because of my own Jewish heritage. Levy. My grandfather was a North Carolinian Jew, and my grandmother was a black woman. In the 1920s, they got married. I'm very proud of that testament to love in spite of the cultural environment. Yes, absolutely. And Du Bois Hayward and George Gershwin formed a wonderful friendship by which they created America's first folk opera. And that opera was Show-Offs. It was Porgy and Bess. And another wonderful thing happened from that. Another wonderful cultural connection was that John Bubbles was the man to introduce sporting life to the world. Now, in George Gershwin's journey to South Carolina, where Du Bois Hayward was from, he observed a tradition in the African-American culture, black music, black dance, and that was the convention of call and response. Now, I'm going to do the short version of this. I am going to attempt the short version of this. Jess has led me so wonderfully through this. If I mess up, it's his fault. Okay. Just turkey for Christmas. Ham is already here. That song was, it ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, but oh my. He fought big Goliath, who lay down and dieth. Little David was small, but oh my. Why do Simbamburi, Skilibelivada, Scattywa? To get into heaven, don't snap for a 7, live clean, have no faults. Oh, I takes that gospel whenever it's possible, but with a grain of salt. Methuselah lived 900 years. But who calls that living when no gal will give in to a man? What is 900 years? I'm preaching this story to show it ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Y'all can do better than that. It ain't necessarily so. Come on now. Oh, really? It ain't necessarily so. I told you they'd do it. Where my $5? I said it ain't necessary. It ain't necessary. It ain't necessarily so. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Beverly and I, that Jewish thing, the connection, we were laughing because we're working on a brand new show together. She's helping me write a brand new show called The Last Swinging Black Jew. Y'all know who the first swinging black Jew was, don't you? Who was it? Y'all just showing off tonight. This is my time to shine, okay? Now listen, I'm not supposed to do this, but it's too late for Tony to fire me, so I'm gonna do it. This photo image here is not just there to make me look good. It's here because this was the place of John Bubbles' final live performance, the Village Gate. How many people were there for that? Come on, I know you were there. You had to be there. You were 102. I know you were there. But now, so I asked Tony if I could do several things. I told him I wanted to do the greatest love of all. Because the greatest love of all. He said, no. I said, well, how about this? Don't have to be beautiful. He said, no. So then I said, well, what do you want me to do? What is this song from, Jess? There's a video, for those of you who don't know, or who know, there's a video on YouTube of John Bubbles and Buck, John Bubbles, little Buck, and they're standing next to a sheet of music, and John Bubbles opens the thing singing. Then he slides down a slide, slides onto a piano, laying down, singing. He gets up off the piano, rolls off backwards, comes around tap dancing and singing. And then he sits down and tap dances while he's singing. Then he goes over, back, jumps on the piano and dances. Comes down, sings, and plays the piano. Gets back up, sings, and dances some more. And I'm here to tell you people that tonight ain't that show. I want to live. But it just, I mean, it just goes to show you the talent that those guys had, the masters. I mean, they lived it. It wasn't something that they did for a job. It was their lives. And you could feel the life. Give me some time, Tony. Tony. I called him Tony. Earlier, I called him Ralph. Thank you, Jess. I'm going to attempt this song for you, and I'm going to do as much as I can of the recreation of what John Bubbles did in the thing. Have you got any castles you want to have built, Bucket Boy? Do you have any dragons you want to have killed, Bucket Boy? I'll put on my silver lead boots. I'll put on my bulletproof suit. I'll get out my revolver that shoots, and the rat-a-tat-tat around we'll go. Have you got any mortgages you want to have paid, Bucket Boy? Have you got any villains you want to have laid to rest? After all my adventures are through, I'll bring home a dragon or two. You can tell all the papers I did it because I love you. That's the rhythm, but that one the step. I didn't make it to earlier either. On with the dance. Let the melody be mellow. Let it bring a spell over you while I breathe. On with the dance. I forgot the words. Oh, so tenderly down from the ceiling, there comes a feeling from good old colored lights, like a rainbow in the night. When there's romance and every note the band is playing, you can't blame me for saying, on with the dance. Hear me talking, cause love is on the air tonight. On the air tonight.
And then what did she say?